By popular demand, here are 10 cryptocurrencies that if you're looking for a cryptocurrency to buy, maybe you're a little bit late to this uptrend. Here are 10 cryptocurrencies that I would be interested in buying, and I have some exposure to some of these. And this is just based off the charts. The charts look good, and what we're looking for is something similar to what's happened with Say here. So Say is not one of these 10 cryptocurrencies, by the way. Say should do very well, but we've kind of missed our opportunity recently with Say. And also with Floki, this is kind of the name of the game with me right now. I want to see cryptocurrencies that have broken through their 200-day moving average and done back tests, and then potentially what would come next would be an aggressive move higher. And the reason why, some of you might be asking, why the 200-day moving average? To me, that is a key level that just it tends to act as resistance. And as I'm thinking through, okay, Ethereum looks really hot. All the signs are in place for some nice explosive moves in altcoins. This time around, what's different about 2025 versus 2021 is I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these cryptocurrencies made their way up to their 200-day moving averages and then just got rejected there because they're just dead. And so it's a dead cat bounce, but where do they bounce to? The 200-day moving average, and then they just die forever. So I am personally right now looking for cryptocurrencies that would break above their 200-day moving average, and then from there, still close. What I would hope is what we've seen with Floki today, which I called Floki yesterday, last couple of days. I called Floki on my channel, and I called Say last week. So same deal. I want to see some strength. I want to see a breakthrough that 200-day. That's usually some heavy resistance. And then I want it to be close enough to the 200-day to where it could do something similar to what we've seen with Say and Floki here. So not every one of these is going to do this, okay? But if you gain exposure to enough of them, some of them will. So here are my 10 cryptos. I don't think I'm going to take much time talking about all 10, aside from, is there anything else that I see from a TA standpoint that I like? And the first one that I would say on this list is Cardano. And there are a couple things that I like about Cardano. Yes, it's broken through. It is most likely going to close the day that I'm making this video above the 200-day moving average here. And so I would expect a back test, and I would expect to move higher. I like this kind of structure where it is it's raising the floor. You could even call that a bull flag. I really like this kind of structure, and I like it above this moving average. So Cardano is one. Arbitrum is number two. Arbitrum looks somewhat similar to Cardano. Another one that, okay, this looks like a back test has already happened with the 200-day. I wouldn't be surprised if it did multiple back tests. And, this is going to be the kind of thing that it might take a week, but potentially there's some explosive moves ahead of us for an Arbitrum. Brett, meme coin. There are a couple meme coins on this list. Ignore my projection here. That did kind of play itself out, but I didn't mean for the upside projection to be that aggressive. But Brett looks very good. Some base meme coins are looking pretty good right now. Brett, another one just now breaking through this 200-day. I want to see that. I want to see an ability to show strength here. Will it backtest? Will it not? I don't know. I've had some spot Brett for a while, so this is not one that I'm looking to add, but could it be that this ends up looking very similar to Floki? I would not be surprised. I would set a limit order right at the 200-day moving average. At this moment, that is 0.058. Moving on, we have Injective, same deal. Injective finally is showing some strength, looking to break above a stronger chart, stronger than a lot of other altcoin charts at least. We have Caspa as well. I would expect Caspa at some point to have some really violent moves. It has been, 2024 was not all that great of a year for Caspa because 2023 was amazing. And so we've consolidated for long enough. This is one I'd be fine just buying spot right now and not worrying about it later. Chainlink, I'm not super bullish on Chainlink as far as like a 10x or a 20x on Chainlink, but this is a great crypto to trade. And finally, we are above the 200-day. It took several months of losing that as support and then finally breaking through. Lots of ranges to trade here. One caution, it is at nearing the top of a range here, $17.62, but it will break through that. So I would set a limit order on Chainlink around $16.35, something like that. Next, we have Litecoin. Litecoin tends to get very explosive during times of euphoria. You might want to hold off, not hold off, but keep your eye on Litecoin. I'm assuming that this is going to be a daily close above this 200-day moving average. If it's not, then maybe we'll hold off a little bit on Litecoin, but I honestly, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Litecoin is looking good there. Another meme coin, we have Popcat. I tend to think that this will go a little bit slower, that we're not going to see explosive moves, but I'm very comfortable holding my Popcat right now. A Robinhood meme coin. So if things get really hot, who knows? Maybe people will sell some of their stocks and buy some crypto on Robinhood. There's not a huge pool of cryptos on Robinhood. The fact that Popcat's one of them, that's a good sign for some pretty aggressive price action there. And then two more, we have XDC, another one that, just monitor it. This might be a wick, just like previous days, but we'll see. I mean, XRP, this is the copper, if XLM is the silver to XRP's gold, this would be the copper to XRP's gold into XLM silver. I'm assuming this is going to be a daily close above the 200-day moving average. If not, I would wait until the daily close, set a limit order. If it is a daily close, set a limit order around 7.7 cents. And then last one is Ethereum Classic. This one's definitely, honestly, unless you're doing high leverage, I would just buy into this right now. Sure, it could certainly back test that 200-day, but here's the thing with Ethereum Classic that really sticks out to me is when we get to the end, Ethereum Classic will rip, and I say that with a great deal of confidence. Ethereum Classic will rip really hard, and then it'll be over. So why not have some exposure to it? And I am talking about like a period of just 10 days or so, where Ethereum Classic will do multiple X's. So get some exposure to that, not financial advice. And I did talk about this in my Telegram call channel. Give me a follow on XWW Bitcoin. And here's a link to my Telegram call channel. I have been, I've had, you could argue that I've had a 100% hit rate in this channel over the last couple of weeks. There's a couple of them that, I wouldn't be surprised if a couple people lost money on them because they didn't have ideal entries or whatever. But every single call from when I called it to the peak, they've gone up a decent amount, including a crypto that did more than 20x within the span of a week. So not financial advice. Join the calls channel. You could be one of the special elite. But anyway, that is all I have for today. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful rest of your week, and I will most certainly be seeing you in another video. Peace.